Good morning. Good morning, my dear friends. It's another walk and talk, and today we're going to talk about how to energize to realize. This is a topic that is a red thread in anything and everything that we do. When you go to motivational speakers, you usually receive this idea that you need to scale, you need to become bigger, you need to set a bigger goal, you need to do things really fast, you need to act, and maybe when you listen to my broadcast, you kind of get the same idea. So I want to clarify that walking and moving up and forward is absolutely necessary for the physical body to generate energy within it. And I explained many times, so listen to previous broadcast, that if you're not moving, you're not gonna get enough energy to move. Sometimes people complain, I cannot get up in the morning, you're so lucky, you can wake up earlier. I'm just as lucky as everybody else. I put on my alarm clock, then it goes at 6:15, I believe. 6:15, I cannot get up, I cannot open my eyes. I start moving slowly. I massage my thumb, outer part of my thumb, going down through my through the this little soft part, because that is your pericardium, your heart meridian ends here, so my heart can start working because it's been sleeping, it's been resting, and after I've done that on both hands, I start moving hands, then I start moving my head, my neck, my legs, everything in bed for another 15 minutes, because I cannot get up. Absolutely not. I would rather sleep for another 25 hours. But if I do, the day goes by, and that's the day of my life. So if you wake up at 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 or 12 or whenever you are, you actually, that's the time of your life. And when you go to sleep, when you go to bed late, it's also the time of your life, so you can get this time in the evening. Yes, but the quality of the time in the evening has a duality in it. It's quiet, nobody bothers you, there is no phone calls, there is no interruptions. At the same time, your brain is already full of the images of the day, of the ideas of the day, some success, some failure, and it's time to analyze and release. Not time to create something new, to start something new, because the energy of the environment does not support it. The sun is down, so the energy that charges you is down, and if you artificially charge you with the full spectrum light, even, it still creates a sort of artificial energy. So again, I've been working with addictions some time ago, a long time ago actually, because I was wondering why people go to addictions. I am the kind of person that does not drink, does not smoke, does not take any drugs, whether it's prescribed or not prescribed. The only drug I do take still is Armor. It's a natural thyroid medicine, because I came from the Kiev, and at the time of Chernobyl accident, some things were compromised, unfortunately. So low function, and I need to supplement that. But I lowered the dose significantly, and I am using protein, collagen, vitamins to support my thyroid to be able to work on its own at some point. Because even though the nature says it's been compromised, the cells of the body are completely renovated in 7 years. But some of the cells are renovated much faster. And the thinking process that we have in the body lowers the energy of the body. And if it lowers the energy of the body, we are vibrating at the level of parasites, not only in nature, parasites, pesticides, and all kinds of viruses and bacteria, but also we vibrate at that level in the human environment. We also have some people who are parasites that are living on your energy, whether because they don't have energy or you think they don't have energy, but you get into a relationship in which you are one and all for everybody, and everybody partakes, and it feels like you're being sucked dry by the end of the day. And that's why, because you are not generating energy, you are giving energy, not from the state of unicorpia, not from the extra, but from I don't have enough. So let's put it aside and let's go back to the idea that if you don't create energy within your body, you actually have to have some dopamine, serotonins that are in food, which usually we feel that we need some sweetness, some happiness in our life, and that is ice cream, chocolate, all kinds of candies, all kinds of sugars, all kinds of white stuff, all kinds of gluten stuff. Everything that we eat for pleasure most of the time. I hope nobody eats something that you hate. Even broccoli. Children don't like broccoli. But in time, when you learn how to put some sauces on it that have sugars, by the way, and other spices, you love broccoli. The broccoli with good spices, why not? So, when you learn to take nature as is, to taste something as is, at this point, you realize that you've been hooked. You've been depending on this extra stuff to be able to feel. One day in New York, they opened a restaurant, very expensive one, in which you had a 25-course dinner. And the courses were naked courses. For example, they would give you fresh leaves of some sort of lettuce. There are many different lettuces, of course. And you would taste the lettuce for the first time, not mixed with other herbs and lettuces and sauces and salt and everything else, but just fresh as it comes from the earth. And people who were experiencing that, I was not there, but I looked at the interview, and people were saying, for the first time in my life, something burst in my mouth. And it was not sauce, it was the fresh juice, amrita, so to speak, juice of life. Because everything has the juice of life, including you. The juice of life in our body is goes up the spine, and that's spinal fluid. But of course, we also have blood and lymph and everything else, the liquids in the body. And the liquids in the body are not moving by themselves. You need the heart pumping in order to move the blood through the body, and that's what brings the oxygen for everything to work, especially the brain. So if you're not moving, especially if you're not moving vertically, if you're sitting, for example, then the brain does not get enough oxygen and nutrients. And the lymph is not moving, period. The lymph needs to be moved specifically by moving your legs, because the calves are the places that push lymph up. So if you're sitting, even if your blood is still moving, the lymph is not, which creates inflammatory processes in the body. And then you have pain, and you don't know what this pain is about. Very often it's the beginning of an inflammation or full-blown inflammation. And that inflammation is like corrosion. It starts eating at your body. Bacteria are thriving in there, viruses. And then many years later, only when you see it on X-ray, MRI, do you realize what it is. But while it's still pain, doctors will never say what it is, because it's not visible yet. It's internal process. So the same way it happens in the physical body, it happens in the other bodies that you have. So besides physical, we have energetic bodies, many layers of energetic bodies. And what we experience throughout our life registers in these different layers of the body as memory. We keep the memory. It's so beautiful. Look at that. Oh my God. I love my neighborhood. So it registers in your body as accumulation of different memories that prevent bad things from happening. Your body is very smart and your brain is very lazy. So instead of analyzing all the time, the brain decides to keep the memory and check against that memory. So let's say you've met somebody in a blue shirt, and that blue shirt person told you something that you didn't really want to hear, or maybe abused you in some way, or maybe screamed loudly, or maybe did something even worse. Now, in your body, the blue shirt, the loud voice, the words spoken, the image of the person, the gender of the person, the name of the person, all of that is gets stored, some consciously, some unconsciously. Next time you walk on the street, you see somebody in a blue shirt, all of a sudden you feel uncomfortable, you go on the other side of the road. This person doesn't feel safe. Well, this person doesn't feel safe because it reminds you of the person who were not safe. So our energy, the level of energy that we have, is what we can realize. You cannot realize anything you don't have, right? What is realize? Realize means bring it to real, bring it to material plane. As I said, those subtle energies of memories are not just in your mind, it's in your body. So without thinking, so to speak, the body thinks for you and makes decision what's comfortable, uncomfortable, what's right, what's wrong, what's honest, what's dishonest, what's spiritual, what's not spiritual. Most importantly, it makes decision, is it okay for me to do this if it's going to be comfortable? Is it going to be useful for me? And is it going to create a material result? So everybody living in a material plane, of course, needs a material result. And therefore, we always are looking for material result. But in a motivational coach or motivational speaker environment, that result grows unproportionally because maybe that person has a little more energy. Maybe that person already got up and went and did an hour of walk and now talking to you. And so it looks like I'm always energized. That is not true. There are moments I'm not energized, but I know how to energize myself. But energy does not stop here in the physical realm. Some people say, I walk, and then what? And then you have energy. That is a material result. Because now you can use this energy to realize yourself, make it real for you. The ideas that come in your head when you are moving are also moving. The ideas about bad days are moving out of your body, out of your memory, because when you are charging yourself with the higher movement, with the faster movement, the blood moves faster, the lymph moves faster, the thoughts move faster, hormones, chemicals in your body, everything starts processing things. That's what is metabolic process is about. But we see metabolic process as a process of losing weight or gaining weight. No, metabolic process is about losing heavy energies, heavy thoughts, heavy experiences, and finding new experiences because the space now is open for it. Not only that, but you feel that you can move through space, which registers as a new experience in your body. I can move. I can go forward. Oh, wow. I can be supported by earth. I'm walking on the ball of my foot, so I feel up and forward movement with the intention. What is my intention about? My intention in doing that every day and waking you up with my conversations with you is not about you come to me and pay me money. I am lucky in my life. I have all I want and more. And yes, I am working and I'm getting reward for my work from many different venues, including my personal sessions, of course. But I'm offering you absolutely free, no obligation consultations. And I also leave you a link, if you're a Russian-speaking listener, to another group, which is in Russian, with amazing coach that I'm taking coaching from. Because I believe that we sometimes do not see our blind spots and somebody else can help. So we help each other. She's a friend of mine. We help each other to see blind spots. And when we do, the realization becomes clearer. The goal becomes clearer. And we are no longer judging the world by what we see. We start analyzing. So today is in my personal calendar is day 3. And day 3 is about analysis. What is analysis? Analysis is not, I've done it bad, I should have done it better, I made a mistake, how horrible, I've lost this much money, oh my God. The analysis is, it's a vector of your focus and it's a vector of your movement. So, yesterday was the day number 2, and everybody who's born on the 2nd or 11th, this was also the day for you to understand your energy through my conversation with you. And it was about building relationships with yourself and your business and the people around you. And today is my day 3. And my day 3 is about also people who are born on the 3rd or 21st or 12th or 30th. So what happens in the energy of this number? I'm not talking about numbers, just mathematical numbers. I'm talking about numbers as the quality of the energy we experience. And when we analyze things from the very low energy, things look grim, dissatisfactory, and we lose the energy. We cannot realize what we want for the day or for the month or for the year or for the life, because this is not enough. Realization is not getting more money or getting a bigger business, not even giving a birth to the child or planting a tree or building a house. The realization is about realizing your dreams, and the dreams do not come from your mind. Realizing your soul, and the soul is not an esoteric term. Soul is that part of your energetic structure, a layer, so to speak, that could dwell outside of you. It could go to your past. It can go to your future, because soul is the feminine energy that is looking for experiences that gives that part of you the oomph of life. So when you feel hurt, that's your soul crying. When you want to jump around, it's your soul jumping. But in order for that to do it, for the soul to do it, it dwells in this area, and we call it heart in general, but it's not just heart. For example, if you cannot breathe fully, your soul is suffocating. Sometimes some women in the sessions say, I feel that I cannot breathe when he or she comes around, my boss. When he comes in, I lose my speech. That's exactly what I'm describing. Like all of a sudden, you have this barrel neck, but now it's not in your neck. Now it's lower in your heart. And that area is responsible for blood moving through, oxygenation, because when you're contracted, the oxygen is not coming. Full breath of life, being able to breathe and move in life, that's what soul desires first. So first, my soul, I am. I nourish my soul. My soul is my mental, emotional, physical expression of the creation that I am, in the process of creation, with the goal to create. And the soul does not need any money, because the soul is not really material. It's a spark. It's the electricity that gets into the physical realm through the love that your parents experienced at some point, and they have a high energy, high movement when they produce you. Lots of movement in the body, lots of energy in the body, hopefully with lots of love. Not everybody is lucky, but most of the people, when they create babies, they are in love, and with the intention to have love expressed. And here you are. So that's your soul, the spark of God, the spark of electricity that is now in the physical realm. And it's extremely uncomfortable to begin with, because without the body, soul will never be compromised. But with the body, the soul is pressured. This mental, emotional, physical expression of the spark might not be to your mind satisfaction, so you start judging. When you start judging yourself or others, I don't look the way I should, you don't look the way you should, the dress is wrong, the speech is wrong, the accent, I don't understand you. All of that, you're separating yourself, your soul, from other souls. Because on the soul level, we're all connected. And when we are connected, we become whole and complete. Not because other people give us anything, but because we could see better, we could feel better, we can understand better. What is it that I truly desire, and what is it that's not mine to create and cause? So realizing from the level of the soul is possible for everybody. It's good to know what your mission in life is, which is the number of all the summary of all the numbers in your birth date. But it could be expressed differently. For example, if you are here on Earth to strategize and manage, You can strategize and manage 2 kids going to school. You can strategize and manage your family budget. You can strategize and manage a company where you work, or the desk that you sit at. Or you can strategize and manage your own company, or you can strategize and manage the country, or your community, or the whole planet. It's up to you, but if you understand that point, you will understand how much energy do you need to manage bigger objects. So when you go to motivational speaker who says, yay, let's do it, let's do it, let's do it, and I've been there, believe me, and I've done that. What happens? The idea, the ego, the story of who you are changes. I can do it. If he can do it, I can do it. If this person has a huge business, I can do it because that person doesn't look that smart. This is your mind talking, measuring that person against your own intellect. And if your intellect is not as high as you think, you do not have a very adequate judgment, thinking, so to speak. And to have a clear thinking, you need to include everything as is, without judgment and separating from it. I'm better or I'm worse. They can do it and I can do it. They can do it but I can't. Those are judgments and separations from the resources of the world, from the people who already done it, from whom you can learn, by the way, or whom you can include in your realization, real life, real dreams. Dreams become real when you have real relationships, but also when you can analyze without judgment. So how do you analyze without judgment? You look into things from the perspective of how much energy do I have? Not just physical energy, the energy of thinking, the energy of relating, all those energies are necessary. Because let's say your business goes big and you don't have energy for it. Because that soul energy that dwells here is the energy that allows you to dream, to breathe, to connect with people, to talk. That energy, by the end of the day, goes down if you are doing things that are out of ecology of your body and or of your soul. What are the things that are not ecological? For example, spontaneous growth without having clear analysis, clear goal, and clear resources to sustain the growth. That happens a lot in many businesses. I coached a lot of businessmen, some businesswomen, but mostly men. And they often come with this situation. I had a loan. I got the idea. I created something, and now it's falling apart. I've got the business from my father. I sustained it for a year or two. I had great people. Those great people are no longer in the business. And now I'm doing everything by myself, and my business is failing. I had money. Good morning. I had great ideas. I invested money with the great teachers, and now I have no money. So those are the situations that are common, and I'm sure some of you probably also had that kind of situation in which you've gotten something and it gave you the boost of energy. And that boost of energy created an ego, the story. I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. That is a great idea. Ego, our personality, is what moves us forward, what drives us forward. But if your energy, the body energy, the soul energy does not match it, well, you're going to lose it because you need somebody to sustain it. And the people at work will not sustain it. People in the family will not sustain it. They will try, but they will feel exhausted sustaining your level of energy, and you will feel exhausted trying to get it from them. So what is the soul realization? The soul realization is something that kicks in around 33. We call it mission. Meaning I am part of the Syucai movement, Syucai Academy, Syucai Training Institute, and my master is Zhanat Kozhamzharov, and also he's pretty amazing dragon, fire dragon on its own. But there is also a link in my post that leads you to a coach who does it in Russian. Unfortunately, they do not do it in English yet. I probably will be one of the first coaches that will translate it in English, because we have coaches in America, about 20 people, but they do not really do it in English. And I believe this is the knowledge that needs to be absolutely shared with the world, which Zhanat Kozhamzharov is doing right now. You can also find his video on YouTube. And he's traveling around the world, and he has a huge institute built in Dubai, physical structure, physical real thing that is registered in 180 countries in the world. So just a little infomercial, just so you know that it's a huge, a very stable organization that is creating a shift in the world that is about thinking, a proper thinking that allows you to realize your businesses and your life as your business. So anyway, what is the soul realization? When you think about money and want to realize it through your soul, the money is material and the soul is immaterial. So there is a conflict. The soul does not need money. The soul is happy as it is. The soul is not happy when you pressure and push yourself to do something that's absolutely against your mission, against your ego. And when the ego is too high and you try to jump there without having an energy, you don't get to the top, you don't get to the goal. And that's where your soul is also losing the energy. So the soul and the ego have to be at the same level, which means I analyze how much energy do I want and what is appropriate for me at this level on this day to do. Again, very often, I want to make it very practical, so I give you these cases. Oh, I'm too old, I cannot do it. Oh, I already did this for all my life, I'm not going to study something new. Oh, I already had a business, I'm not going to do this business again or any other business because it was a problem with the first business. Oh, my husband will never be okay with that because blah, blah, blah. Oh, my wife is never going to be okay. Oh, I need to help my children. Oh, I need to help my grandchildren. All of that is my soul does not have enough energy to jump to the level where my ego is. My ego is my story, my personality. And my personality tells me, but I want to laugh every day. I want to wake up and be inspired by the nature. I want to travel everywhere. I want to give, share my knowledge in some way. But I can only do it with my grandchildren, with my children, and luckily maybe with a couple employees I have. Not really, because if that is but that stops you, that means your soul does not have enough energy, your body does not generate enough energy. Most importantly, that energy gets stuck at the bottom, where you are in the first kingdom, which is survival, family, money. The first three chakras, survival, family, money. So if you're always thinking about money, that means you're only thinking with the first, second, and third chakra, which will produce a lot of children who you would need to feed, and you would work like crazy to produce more money to feed more kids, which happens to a lot of people. And the money will always be compromised because physical is finite. So you can work so many hours a day. Then you can go to higher level to charge your soul, and the soul can only be charged with the higher energy of interest. Interesting. Why am I not having my realization, my dream come true? Or why am I having it but I'm losing it? A moment I get it, the moment I lose it. I have, again, clients playing with cryptocurrencies. I truly believe in Bitcoin. This is my understanding of how crypto should work. But there are some other environments and other things that people experiment with. And they lose it, they find it, they find it, they lose it, they lose it, they find it, to find it, to lose it. And that is the vicious circle that I've been observing. And then they get into this moment of time when they say, and my clients, they come to my breakfasts, they come to my lunch meetings, they listen to my talks free of charge, eating the food I supply. But my closer, the person who closes my deals, is not closing. And I'm busy creating business lunches. I'm busy running around the world talking, but for some reason, I don't know what this reason is, I just don't have the clients that are paying for my services, because that person is focused on clients paying for the services. And the soul can only be realized through service, not through the money paid for the service. But when I have a lot of money, I will serve the humanity for free. But right now, I'm gonna work for the money. Okay, great. Things need to be balanced. The ego and the soul needs to be equal. The level of energy need to be equal. So, I'm not saying you should work for free, because you do have material possessions that you need to sustain. I'm also saying that having a huge dream is wonderful. I'm not saying lower your dreams. What I'm saying, analyze. Because today is my analyze day. And in this day, I'm looking into not only into other people's cases, which I do normally because that's how my working day is, but I also look into all the cases that I've looked at throughout my life. And every time I see the same issue. The issue is we look for something that is comfortable, that is materially, makes sense materially, but the part that we sometimes are missing is, and what's the point? What is the usefulness? What am I doing in this world? Because the soul operates from that level. What am I doing that inspires me, inspiration, that I get into spirit? Spirit is the father, soul is the mother. So the father and mother want to be connected in one holistic unit within your body to energize you, of course. So what gives me the oomph of life? What makes me jump out of the bed? Nothing. I don't care. I don't know. Then what needs to move you is, do I want to live? Or am I about to die? If not today, then 3 weeks from now, or 3 years from now, or 30 years from now. But my soul is dead already, so what's the point? To sustain the energy of the soul, the physical body needs to move. But then the mind needs to connect, come down from its pedestal of thinking you know it all, and you're the best in everything. And why not? You are seeing that best in your material plane. Come down to your soul and ask a simple question. What is my usefulness for the world? Why am I doing things? What else can I do? If I can analyze my whole life, if I can look into all that I've done and see it from the perspective of how useful it was, and how many people were able to use what I've created, you will understand a lot about your relationship with the money, and about your relationship with yourself, and with your business, whatever that business is, your career, and your life in general. Because only when you see that you are needed, not just by your grandchildren or your children, or your spouse or your parents, because that's also a business, managing this whole thing instead of managing your own life. If you understand you're not needed in a family just because you make money and bring this money home, and now your home can go on vacation or eat properly. If you realize that your energy is very small, if that's all you're doing, then you will understand why you have that much money, which is just enough or maybe a little bit more than you need to sustain that circle that you are managing. But if you realize that it's not too late, it's just enough time for you to be wise enough to start thinking about who am I, why am I here, what are the treasures that I've accumulated over the years, what's the garbage. We have a garbage day. So today, analyze the garbage in your life and maybe start throwing not all of it and not everybody, please. In fact, never throw relationships. I am tagging everybody because those relationships are kind of out there, and I want to connect. And not because I want to do a session for you. That would be useful, and it's free still this week. Next week, no more, because I'm traveling. And then I'm going to Istanbul for my diploma as a master of Syucai. But while I'm still doing it, you're still missing it. Why? Why? It's on you, not on me. Because my soul, also very material, and also very calculative, and I am learning that when I always calculate, it doesn't equal analyze. Calculating is calculating results of who you've been, what you've done. Analyzing is pre-course of the dream. You analyze what's going on, you gain the necessary knowledge. What's missing? What am I not seeing? What am I not understanding? What am I not sharing? Because I'm scared of doing that, because I feel insufficient. But my soul wants it all the time. And when I say sharing, I'm not saying you have to be a speaker, a coach, a mentor of some sort, because for people who are born on the 2nd, or 21 or 12, or 11th, being a mentor is great. For people who are born on the 3rd, they are also mentors, but in a different way. They teach you how to analyze. So you can be a mentor if you want to, but you can also be any other profession and still live on your mission. So mission does not require you to drop what you know or to change what you do. The mission is required to analyze what do you do all the time and feel great, what you never do and feel bad, and you always want to do it, but you don't. And you always think that would be amazing, but you don't have enough knowledge or enough energy. And that analysis will get you to the level of intellectual analysis, not a judgmental analysis. And in intellectual analysis, who can I relate to so I can learn or I can analyze better? And what can I build together with these people in cooperative environments to make my soul smile? And not because it got paid, but because it got useful. Because it found something in which I'm good at, and I can share it with the world. Even working wherever I'm working. I don't need to become anything else. I just need to realize that. And that is the beginning of soul realization. As soon as you connect with your soul at that level, the energy kicks in. What's interesting, at that moment, the ego, the story that you need to scale and need to big business and you need to do another 25 cars in your garage, that ego comes down to your heart. And that is the prana. This is the energy of information and nature and sunshine and the understanding and higher vibrations. Enlightenment is 1,000. Fear and worry and anxiety is like 30. Anger, I'm not getting what I want, is also a great energy to move your butt and go. But it's not sustainable because it kills your liver. And if you want to deliver to the world, if you want a delivery from slavery of your mind, then you need a higher vibration of interest. How interesting. I've been doing it all this lifetime. And I never realized how useful it was for some other people. Who else can I serve? When I analyze what my soul desire is, who else desires the same thing? How can we cooperate to bring it into fruition? What can I create with my analysis, my intellectual analysis, with my switching on my higher vibrational qualities through connecting to nature and connecting to people and connecting to many people that create more energy? Truthfully, I probably would not be working as long if I would not be talking to you, because I'm lazy like everybody else. But when I have a mission to move, I find people I can move with. And whether you're watching it or not, whether you're working later or not, it's on you. I've given you that opportunity. I've inspired you as much as I could, because I need to inspire me, and you are my co-creators on this walk. So today, bring your soul into cooperation with you, even if it's very sad, your soul, that you didn't realize it yet, or maybe it's extremely happy because you did realize it. Wherever you are, bring that state into intellectual analysis of what kind of opportunities can I create for myself and others through my intellectual analysis, through my understanding that if I want to be charged, it's on me. If I want to be discharged, also on me. If I want to charge other people, it's my absolute destiny, because we are here in the physical environment, are always with people. However far we are, money do not come on their own. That's another story. My clients say, I know money is coming, I know money is coming. Money do not have any legs. In fact, they're digital these days. Everything's digital. So money is coming as people are coming. Do you have enough energy to deal with these people, to communicate, to find common ground and common sense? Do you have enough energy to be in the world, but not of the world? Do you have enough energy to breathe and sustain your life no matter what? Do you have enough energy to support relationships that you separate yourself from because they're too hard, too heavy, too much? And all of that is about energizing and realizing your soul. Make it real. My soul, I am. I energize, I analyze, I accomplish, I inspire, I live, I am. And please repeat with me. I am, I live, I create, I enjoy, I inspire, I spark, I am, and I am with you. Much love. Great to be working with you. Thank you for joining the stream. Please share. Please ask questions. I would be giving you answers on the next walk. And also share what you thought about this broadcast, how it affects your life. You can absolutely write me in direct. I will be happy to answer any question you have. You can schedule a short strategic session with me, and you can absolutely join the link that I'm putting in my description. That is the Telegram link to a friend of mine who is doing those walks in Russian, and she's also doing strategic sessions in Russian, and it's absolutely complimentary for you. Don't miss your opportunity. It doesn't go forever, because we do live in a material plane, and as a realized soul, I'm doing things for humanity in balanced way. Some complementary and some in material energy exchange. Much love. Have a blessed day.